Welcome back, everybody. Another video brought to you by Uncle Mark Kohler. This time we are installing Uncle Mark's trail can for the Axys R. Pretty simple installation, but we're going to do a quick video on it. Some tools you're going to need today is 3/16 drill bit, make sure it's sharp, vice grips to grab onto the head of the pop rivets. Some of them are just going to be through plastic and then rubber, so you're going to want to get the vice grip to keep those from spinning. You're going to need a pop rivet gun, spring puller, sometimes hammer and punch helps with the rivets, and a 2.5 inch to 2 3/4 inch hole saw. Myself, I would go with a 2 3/4 if you gotta go with it yourself. Ruler and some markers. So let's go get the old exhaust off. Pretty simple. I got most of the springs removed. Most everybody knows how to get it off. You're gonna have 3 springs up here, 1 down here, 1 back here. Just real simple. Pull those off. There's going to be a bolt up here. I don't have that in. Don't lose that when you take it out like I did. Just like that. The old can comes out. Put him off to the side. Don't throw it away, because if you ever sell your snowmobile, you're going to want to keep Mark's can for yourself. One thing you'll notice here, the donut, this one's on its way out. So if yours looks like this, Uncle Mark has those in stock also. Alright, put this off to the side. So now you're going to want to prep your fender. You're going to want to take the stock exhaust deflector off. There's going to be 3 rivets and 2 bolts that you're going to want to remove. So we'll start with the bolts. Uncle Mark was nice enough to provide this new fender for us to work off of, where we can see it. Off comes that. Keep your bolts. Discard the deflector. The next is a rubber seal. This is where the vice grips are going to come in handy, because these pop rivets are just through plastic and rubber, so they're going to want to spin. Out comes the old donut. We don't need that anymore. Toss him aside. Come on in for a better view. We're going to want to mark center out on the new outlet hole. It's a 2.5 inch hole. So you just take your ruler, find 2.5, that's center. Do it this way also. We got 3 multiple holes that are existing. This is also a stamped plate that Mark provides. You're going to need to drill the holes out with 3/16. When they're stamped, they're just a little bit under, so you're going to need to drill those out with 3/16 to make it fit. We got hole number 1, hole number 2. Those are going to be your 2 holes to start with to index this and line it up. The 3 holes up top you're going to do last, so you're going to do all the lower holes first, and those 3 last. But first, we line up our template and also mount hole number 1, hole number 2. And this is just for lining up. We don't put the rivets in this way. Take your straight edge, take a marker, mark your center, pull the plate back out. We just use the rivets for indexing. Take your 3/16 drill bit, pilot your hole, switch it out, use your hole saw, drill it out from there. You can try to skip the pilot hole, but I recommend using the pilot. Okay, once our hole's drilled, we'll take the template, take the pop rivet gun, go back over to the snowmobile. Get a nice view, make sure we can see down in here. Spring out of the way. As you can see, some people are worried about cutting a hole. Mine's all tore up. I had a race can in there that had a little bit different hole location than Uncle Mark's did. So if you go back to the stock, all you got to do is just put a piece of plastic over that, kind of covering that hole. That's not too unheard of with these guys. So we take our pop rivets, line up hole number 1 in the back. Line up hole number 2 in the front. You're going to want to push down on this plate also when you do hole number 2. Grab the rivet gun. Make sure you give this a good push down. Then give it another good push down, drill your 3 holes here, put those rivets in. We're going to skip that for speed of the video. It's pretty self-explanatory. You're going to grab the forward spring mount. You either go in this hole here or this one here. Both of them are already drilled from the factory, so go ahead and put it in one of those locations. Grab your can from Uncle Mark. Drop it down on in, up top. Put your new springs on. And this one down here goes off of the stock mount onto that one there. And this one here is going to go from the can to this hole here. We're going to want to use this back hole, not this one up here. So you're going to want to use the back hole on that. Go down to there to the mount Mark provided. One last thing Mark doesn't include is a exhaust deflector. This is one style. Mark has a part number for a more rounded conventional one. He doesn't provide it. He wanted to keep costs down. You're going to want that to go just in front of the outlet, and that will keep snowpack from plugging up your exhaust. It's not needed. It's kind of a preference thing if you're riding in the deep powder. I'll provide a part number for this in the description. You can also get that from Mark. That's kind of my little tech tip. So once again, thank you to Uncle Mark Sled Parts for providing this can, providing the video, providing the parts for this. We'll kind of keep pumping these out for you guys as long as he keeps sponsoring them. So get a hold of Mark Kohler for this. He'll get you a deal on a can. They sound good. Thank you much.